Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Friday, June 27, 2014. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We're going to start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures, and you're going to see that they are trading lower by 4 points to 1944.75 per contract. So a little bit of a dip this morning. What's the cause of it? Well, you may as well just look over at the dollar-yen. So when you look at the dollar-yen chart, all you have to do is take a look here, and you'll see that the dollar-yen has tumbled overnight. It's trading down by 32 cents this morning. If the dollar-yen goes lower, the stock market goes lower. But here's something that everybody should know, and you're not going to hear this on television. Very, very often, if we just scroll back to Hands of Time a little bit, what the dollar-yen seems to do is when the U.S. markets open up for trading around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, they bottom out and then they rally up higher. Hence, you could see the same thing happening yesterday in the S&P 500 E-mini futures. So take a look here. We'll roll back the Hands of Time a little bit, and we'll show you that the S&P 500 E-mini futures bottomed out yesterday the same time the dollar-yen bottomed out. So once the dollar-yen moved higher, so did the S&P 500 E-mini futures, essentially ending the trading session basically with a tiny minor loss, almost flat on the session, so to speak. So again, we'll have to watch that and see if that happens today. Right now, futures are trading down 5 points because the dollar-yen is lower. If the dollar-yen gets a bid, then the markets could get a bid. And this is kind of the way it works. It's the same thing that happened a couple years ago when we used to follow the U.S. dollar index. U.S. dollar index was the driving force. When the dollar index went down, the market went up, and vice versa. However, the dollar index would go down and then would go up and then start to decline right when the stock market opened, and that would keep the stock markets buoyant. So it's just the same game, just a different currency vehicle now. So again, keep it on the radar, watch it. But again, this is something you're not going to hear on CNBC. All right, let's talk about some stocks in the news today. All in all, we have a few movers out here. We're going to start off with DuPont. It looks like DuPont came out with earnings or something of that nature. The stock is getting hit. It looks like they cut their second quarter and full year earnings guidance. All right, so they're blaming it on weaker than expected sales growth in agriculture. Who cares? Bottom line, DuPont, leading Dow component, that stock is trading down. It closed at 67.70, now trading at 65.41. Do not buy this equity till it gets to around 61.25, 61.30. That's pretty much the only level that I'm seeing today that looks very desirable for DuPont. It may get a bid if the stock market gets a bid. It may get a bid if the dollar-yen starts to levitate higher. But either way, the only level I have for DuPont is $61.28. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Nike. Nike's came out with earnings yesterday after the closing bell. The stock is reacting positive. It closed at $76.86. It's now trading at $78.93. So a decent reaction to Nike. Again, I have a hard time thinking it's going much higher than here. Watch for resistance around $79. It's not a great short because of the fact that we're approaching its all-time high at $80. But nonetheless, I do expect the stock to stall out around this level. It is already overbought on a daily chart. Also, what you want to know about Nike is that if you don't own it, you don't want to own it here. If you do own it, just trail your stop loss. That's the best you could do with it. But I would not be looking to buy Nike up here at these levels. Let's take a look at Foot Locker. This is a retailer that sells sneakers and apparel, sporting good apparel. Right now, the stock is trading a little bit higher. It looks like they had some news as well. Excuse me, Foot Locker. No, I meant Finish Line. Excuse me, I'm on the wrong equity here. Let's take a look at Finish Line. FINL. Okay. And this is the same type of deal, same type of store. Stock is trading higher. Closed at $29.15. Now trading at $30.65. This is okay, this stock. So this stock could have some upside today. I don't love it up here, but it could have more upside. The big resistance level I have for this is $32.50. However, if this stock sells off, you can look for an intraday bounce at $28.12. So again, little pop this morning. Stock closed at 29.15. Now trading at 30.65. Resistance is at 32.50. That is a level where I would look to take profits if I own it or trail the stop loss. You can buy the equity at $28.12 if it gets down there. All right, let's take a look at good old Manitowoc. MTW is the ticker symbol here. Stock closed at $29.71. Now trading at $32.54. It's a decent little move. There's a ton of resistance up here around this level, though. So be very careful. If you own Manitowoc, I wouldn't short it. But what I would do is I would trail the stop loss. Okay, so be careful there. Let's take a look at Lockheed Martin. It looks like Lockheed Martin and United Technologies were awarded a big government contract to build helicopters. Again, the stock right now is trading at 162.80. It closed at 162.05, but this could be a mover today, so keep this one on the radar today. Lockheed, watch the chart pattern, could have some more upside. It looks like there's a pretty decent sized government contract involved. So again, I don't know the specifics of it, but right now I think it's worth $1.28 billion and could be worth up to $8 billion. So either way, keep that on the radar today. That could be a mover. Let's take a look at today's IPO. It's going to be Michael's Store. Now, this is a store my wife goes to. The ticker symbol is going to be MIK. I'm not sure exactly what price they're going to come out at, but either way, that is going to be today's big IPO. I think it's been priced at $17 a share, so we'll see how that plays out. Lately, really, most underwriters have been pricing these IPOs a little bit lower. Yesterday, in fact, you had the GPRO GoPro. That's a little camera gadget that goes on your sporting good device, and you can record yourself doing activities. This one was priced, and it actually was a successful IPO. So again, that's what underwriters are doing now because there's so many new issues coming to market, so much liquidity flooding the system. They're pricing these things a little bit lower, trying to get the pop out of them, keep the euphoria in the market. That's just what underwriters do. All right, let's take a look here at the futures again. Futures are trading at $1,944.50 per contract. We're going to move over to the gold market. Gold is up $1.20 today to, let me see here, $1,318.20 an ounce. Let's go to the GLD, which is a good proxy for trading gold futures, and you'll see that's trading at around 126.87. Gold is holding up very, very well right now. Now it's overbought, but the longer it consolidates like this, the more it's looking to push higher. So again, gold is definitely overbought. I wouldn't chase it here, but the longer it goes sideways like this, the more the pattern is starting to form, and it could be giving this bullish indication for the future. All right, let's take a look at let's take a look at light sweet crude here. That's higher by 29 cents today. So light sweet crude is trading higher by 29 cents to $106.13 a barrel. Let's take a look at the USO here. You're going to see the USO is trading at $39.17. It's a good little move for the USO. I'm going to say USO has upside to $40. I don't know if it gets there today, but with all the geopolitical events surrounding the oil markets, whether it's Iraq, Iran, or whether it's the problems in Russia and the Ukraine, there's just too much premium built in to the oil market. You're going to need to see some type of peace treaty somewhere around the world to knock down the price of oil. So again, oil's holding steady. I just wouldn't play it on the short side at this time, even if it does pull back. Most likely it reverts right back to the upside with the fear premium and this geopolitical event premium that is built into it. All right, so that's pretty much everything we have. Futures are down 5. Keep an eye on dollar yen. It's going to tell you more than you think. This is one of the most important charts out there, and right now dollar yen is down about 30 cents this morning. With that said, everybody have a great trading day, and we will see you on the charts.